What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Let's Talk. And the game we're going to be talking about today is the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity demo that was released last week on the Nintendo Switch. And what I wanted to do is just give my quick thoughts on it. I'm probably not going to do another Let's Talk when this game actually releases, but I did want to give my thoughts on the actual uh, demo, just because I thought it'd be a good uh, demo to actually give my thoughts on. So you know how these usually go. I give my good, my bad, and my overall thoughts. So what I'm gonna do is start out with the bad this time. What I noticed that wasn't good, and to start off, there is some odd frame rate issues in the first level, the Battle of Hyrule Field. And it didn't happen a lot that I noticed. I know some people were complaining about it a lot. I did notice it a couple times. One time with when I was fighting the Fire Wizrobe, and another time when at the end when I had to fight the three Moblins. I noticed it then, but it was odd that it happened there. But in the second gameplay level that you actually get to play, it played smooth. That and the actual little side missions that they do give you, because there's a couple of side missions where you do fight, and I didn't notice anything then. It just played smoothly. So I don't know if it was just that first level that had an issue or not, but I thought that was kind of weird. Because at first, when I heard people having problems with that, I went back and played it again, and I'm like, yeah, it's only in the first level for some reason. They're probably gonna patch that, get that patched up, but that's something that I noticed, because if I notice it, it's pretty bad. Because like I said, when I first noticed it, it's only twice that I noticed it, but I was like, dude, this is actually they actually did have a frame rate issue. So now this is a little bit of a nitpick for me, but I kind of wanted to travel around Hyrule and not get warped to the next location. I like the presentation of it, but the thing is, they made it look exact. They did a very good job of bringing the Breath of the Wild map to this game, and it kind of had me like, okay, I kind of want to travel around, like Breath of the Wild, not realizing that this ain't Breath of the Wild. This is a Hyrule Warriors game. So it's just a little. That's just a little nitpick for me. Um, in that respect. And the last thing, it does feel a little short. The demo to me does feel a little short. It has me a little bit concerned about the length of the story, because we don't know what other modes we're getting. When they did the Hyrule Warriors, the original Hyrule Warriors Treehouse Live from years ago, they showed us that we were getting the adventure mode and all that stuff. We don't know what all modes we're getting. I'm hoping we get like something like that. I'm hoping we're getting other modes as well, because I just have a feeling that the story mode campaign is going to be probably going to be pretty short. It's probably not going to be as long as I would probably like. Just because it's probably going to be shortened to the, well, not shortened to the point, but to the point, to the exact point. So you're going to go each chapter, you're going to do those missions. You have a few side missions and go on to the next one. So that's what I'm hoping, that there are going to be some more modes, because as of now we don't know of any. So let's talk about the things that I did like. So the things that I did like, I think the game visually looks great. I love the visual style of Breath of the Wild, and Koei Tecmo did a good job, in my opinion, of actually recreating that feel. Like I said before, they recreated the map, they recreated the actual look and feel, and I think it actually looks better than Breath of the Wild. I know that's my opinion, though. I think it looks way better than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild came out in 2017. This is 3 years later, and to me it looks better. That's just me. One of my gripes with Breath of the Wild was that I missed the music. A lot of Breath of the Wild it's a lot of somber tones. It's not any real. I don't want to say it's not any real music, but you don't really hear anything. Now they do have some themes that happen when you're doing stuff, like when you're on your horse, stuff that happens at night when you actually fight a boss, or when you actually go into the Divine Beast. But for the most part, you don't hardly hear anything. This game has a nice soundtrack. From what I've seen of the demo, what I played of the demo, I like the music in it. I love the Age of Calamity theme, and I like the battle theme as well. I think they're great. I hope they put it in the second Breath of the Wild game that's supposed to be coming out soon. Um, I hope they actually bring back a full soundtrack to it, with full themes and everything. So I like that Age of Calamity theme. And in the game, they do have, if you go to the gallery, they have where you can play the music just like you did in the first Hyrule Warriors. So combat. Now the combat, if you haven't played a Koei Tecmo Muso game, I don't know how to explain it, but it's one of those things where it's hack and slash, but it's hack and slash with a point. There's no like, it's not like just mindless, because if you do it mindless, you're probably gonna lose more than you would probably win. It's the combat is fluid in my opinion. I like it. If you played the first Hyrule Warriors, you have a pretty good idea of how the combat's gonna work. And you'll have a pretty good idea of how you'll be able to use your sub weapons and things of that nature. To me, it's fun to just mow down bokoblins, moblins, wizrobes, and lizalfos. I can't wait to fight a Lionel with this combat style, because Lionels are very unique creatures to fight in Breath of the Wild. But once you get used to them, man, they're a lot of fun to beat up on. The story is another thing that I like. It has me intrigued. In the demo, you get to play only the first chapter. But the way they set the story up, I'm actually kind of interested in what happens, because it seems like there's going to be a little bit of a retcon of what really happened, of what we saw in Breath of the Wild, and that's probably because of the changes they probably had to make in Breath of the Wild 2. So I'm actually very interested in seeing how this works out as far as story is concerned, because I have a very good feeling that this game, while it is a prequel and it is going to still set up that Rogue One feeling, that they had to change some stuff because of what they're doing for Breath of the Wild 2. The other thing is, I just love the attention to detail that they put in this game. I mean, there is stuff in here that I forgot. Like, for instance, their second mission that you have to do in Chapter 1 is you have to escort Zelda to the tech lab. Well, I'm thinking we got to go to Hateno. No, the tech lab is actually close to where the Breach of Demise is. Now, if you go back to Breath of the Wild, there are some ruins over by the Breach of Demise, and that's where the original tech lab was. So I just like how that attention to detail that they put in the game. So I'm looking forward to this. This is still like a day one purchase for me. I look forward to seeing how the story pans out. I look forward to seeing how we meet up with the different champions, and how, because I know that when we meet up with Rivali, that's probably going to be a very interesting meetup between him and Link, seeing as how, like, in the game it's very noticeable that he does not like Link. And I'm also interested in seeing how they're going to the interactions between Link and Zelda, because in the Breath of the Wild game, she doesn't like Link at first. Like, she can't stand him at first. So I'm wondering how they're going to do that, especially with now that they kind of retconned it a little bit and showing that Zelda does fight. I don't know how I feel about that. And unpopular opinion, I played with Zelda. I'm not feeling her like everybody else is. I like Queen Zelda from the original Hyrule Warriors, the OP Zelda. This Zelda, she's just all right, in my opinion. I know some people loving her. I've seen like the people responding, they love her gameplay style. I'm just not feeling it. I'm loving Impa though, and once again, Link is Link. Like, he's in the game, but I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be the best fighter in the game. I can't wait to play with Urbosa personally. So have you played the demo? What are your thoughts? Leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. Would you like to see, because they usually have a free mode in the Hyrule Warriors or the Warriors games, would you like to see someone from the original Hyrule Warriors game come over? Me personally, I would love to see Linkle and Lana done in the Breath of the Wild style. I would love to see that. So I would love to see them show up. I don't know if they're going to do that just for free mode, but it would be nice to see somebody from the original game come in via free mode, that you can play in free mode, not in story mode. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next Let's Talk. Peace out, peeps.